Good morning, everyone. This week's Torah portion speaks about the sin of the spies, where the heads of the tribes were sent to spy in the land of Israel, and they came back with negative report, which was a turning point in Jewish history, because the majority of the Jewish people accepted their report, and they said, "Oh, how can we go into the land of Israel?" And they cried that whole night. That caused that whole generation to be wiped out, the Jewish people to wander for 40 years, many other terrible things, because that night was Tisha B'Av, the destruction of the temple and others. As the commentaries, and I'm sure we've all wondered, and I know I have, how could they follow that narrative? How could they really believe that? We're talking about Moshe, who took them out of Egypt based on God's miracles. And he told them, "We'll be good." And they didn't listen. They just followed the 12 tribes, the heads of the tribes. And how could they say something so negative? What happened? There's many different answers. But one of the answers I want to talk about is based on one of the commentaries that says that the heads of the tribes actually had good intentions. They didn't mean to take the Jewish people down a terrible path. Their intentions were that it would be better for the Jewish people to still be in the desert because that is more spiritual connection to God. And I don't want to talk about that right now. But we learn from here something very powerful, that so many times we have good intentions, but unfortunately it leads to terrible things. And that's what happened here. They had good intentions, but it led to terrible destruction of the Jewish people of that generation in many years to come. So how do we make sure that we don't follow that path? How do we make sure that we check ourselves and say, hey, our good intentions are good intentions, and the actions that we do follow suit? And the answer is, what did the spies do? They said Lashon Hara. They started speaking evil. They weren't talking with logic. They weren't talking anything positive. They started talking in a negative way and making fun and saying, "Oh, really? How can we do this? And it's terrible. It's a killing nation and this and that." We have to think about our actions and what we say. The second we start saying negative things, the second we start doing negative actions, we have to realize that we're steering away from our positive thought and our intentions. So let's all reflect on our actions and our talk and make sure that our actions and our talk follow the intentions that we have, because the majority of us have good intentions. So let's make sure that our intentions, our good intentions, are being done, and not through negative actions, because then we're going down the wrong path, like the spies. Wishing everybody a wonderful day and a beautiful week.